Straight ahead on News 10, New York colleges get a new way to deal with missing students when time is of the essence.
And you just saw Aaron make his choice. Now see if some local loyal Bachelor fans agree or think he made a big mistake.
Coming up in weather, quiet now, but watch out by the weekend.
The news is next.
From WTEN Albany, the news team that's leading the way in local news coverage, on air and online. This is News 10 at 11.
Good evening, I'm Elisa Streeter.
I'm Terry McSweeney. Tonight we're getting a first look at what every college and university around the state, public and private, gets tomorrow.
It's a guide to deal with cases of missing college students. It comes 4 years after the unexplained disappearance of Suzanne Lyle from SUNY Albany. News 10's John Craig guides us through it.
College lifestyles bring a whole new set of challenges than a normal home setting.
My parents, there are definitely things they don't know about me.
And that's what the supervisor for missing and exploited children's concerned about. Ken Buniak and a team of experts have devised a plan, an investigative guide for finding missing college students.
It's real easy to lose track of this step or that step because officers don't conduct these investigations day in and day out.
The inch-and-a-half-thick guide accounts for things like scars and tattoos, the dental report, tracking credit cards, activities at ATMs, and a list for first responders. All things that might not occur with a younger child still at home.
Rather than what would traditionally be parents and neighbors, you're dealing with roommates and classmates and professors and a whole different group of people to be interviewed early on in an investigation.
Most of us know our roommates, or we have suite mates where everybody's been in the suite and at least have seen them seen when they left.
How are they going to know that you're missing? It's probably going to take a long time for them to even notice that somebody's gone.
Agencies may see things quite differently. Some schools just have security guards, others peace officers. Here at UAlbany, it's a full-fledged police department. When you add outside agencies, the bottom line, though, is one thing for all of them: to find the missing student fast.
It ensures that everything that each one of those people is doing, what they're doing is consistent, overlapping, and really leaves no stone unturned.
Now, this comes during the same time 3 college students have gone missing in Minnesota and Wisconsin. The families there say they feel authorities would have responded quicker had the students been younger. However, Terry, many police departments wait before investigating these adult cases because the adults could return on their own. In this case, though, it is just a blueprint for all New York schools.
You know, I think a lot of people are going to say this is pretty personal information. How are they going to guarantee to keep it private?
Well, some of it won't ever actually be filled out until they have a missing report, either from the parents or from friends and so on. Computers that are owned by universities automatically get turned over. After that, it may turn out to be the courts to find out if you have a personal computer, if they can solve a crime, perhaps.
All right, John, thanks. Elisa.
Senator Hillary Clinton is showing off UAlbany and its nanotechnology progress, and she's doing it to a high-powered delegation of international business people, telling them the capital region could be the next Silicon Valley. Senator Clinton also told reporters she supports efforts to help plug New York's deficit with more federal aid. However,
huge fiscal problems facing the country and facing every state, but I believe that New York has a special call on what we need to continue to recover and rebuild from what happened on 9/11.
Senator Clinton is hosting about a dozen business and government officials from France, Great Britain, Norway, and elsewhere. She also appeared on the MSNBC show Hardball with Chris Matthews at the UAlbany downtown campus. 13 people accused of being deadbeat parents are probably finding a way to pay up tonight. They were rounded up in Rensselaer County today. The DA says the 11 men and 2 women each owe more than $5,000 in child support. All told, they owe nearly $300,000. This is the second sweep in 6 months in Rensselaer County.
And for anybody who has not made payments, it is in arrears, I would encourage them to write the checks, make the payments, because this team is going to be continually out there and making further arrests down the road.
This is actually the second arrest for 40-year-old Philip Catricala of Cohoes. Because of that, he now faces a felony charge for failing to pay support.
A guilty verdict appears to be a sure bet for the 3 men charged with the $3 million Breeders' Cup scandal. Chris Harn, the former senior programmer at Auto Tote, has reportedly agreed to plead guilty and testify against his 2 co-defendants. Harn's allegedly used his position to print up fake winning tickets. His buddies would then cash in those tickets. Also today, a state lawmaker announced he wants to require wagering systems to record bets placed through touch-tone phone pads. Currently, only verbal phone bets are recorded. Contradictory testimony today in a murder trial in Rensselaer County Court. Yesterday, a confession is introduced as evidence against 18-year-old Paul Perrone. Today, it's recanted. A corrections officer testified the defendant told him. He only testified to, or confessed rather, to stabbing 17-year-old El Sharim Noisette last January because the real killer's father threatened to kill his family if he didn't. Perrone is expected to take the stand tomorrow.
Well, you just saw it right here, the finale of the hugely popular Bachelor. And what we wanted to know is, do Capital Region fans agree with Aaron's choice? We sent Walt McClure to watch the show with some loyal fans to find out. And Walt, I know you don't agree because you had Brooke picked.
I did have Brooke, and our producers got a buck coming for me for this. And these girls actually were thinking that it might be Brooke, although they did want Helene. We sat here and watched the show with them. We'll tell you what they had to say we'll tell you what they have to say about the outcome in a second, but let's take a look at their reactions during the show. These women have watched The Bachelor almost religiously. They've caught the previous 6 episodes as Aaron pared the group down from 25 to 2. They all think they know who it's going to be. But now, watching Aaron's family reacting to Brooke and Helene, they're not sure which one he'll propose to.
Grandma doesn't like it. Yeah. She knows nothing's
It's Brooke's turn to sit in the hot seat.
He looks like he's really into Helene, though.
Should recognize
we said that when he's going to do Brooke. Yeah, she's going to love her. So he's going to I don't think so. She's not going to get what?
I would be ecstatic if I was the
He was like pumping the other one.
Then came the moment of truth when they realized Brooke was being kicked to the curb in favor of Helene.
100% convinced we're at the same point in our lives.
Oh my God.
For our most recent conversation.
Look at her. Look at her.
And this is so hard for me because I never expected to have the feelings for you that I have.
So these guys, as you can tell, were kind of in shock when all this happened. I just want to ask you guys, first, Gina, tell me, you guys have been watching this all the way through. What was it about this show that you got you guys hooked?
I just love, like, the reality shows, and I love how you, like, kind of go through the process of, like, the guys picking the girls, and it was just exciting.
Do you feel like, I mean, some people said that they feel it's sort of degrading to women to put them in a position like this?
They chose to be on it. I don't feel like it's degrading to them at all. I don't think so.
And I want to ask Allie over here, because your mouth was, like, dropped wide open when you saw that he kicked Brooke to the curb.
I totally thought Brooke was it. I thought she was the one, but she is a little too young, and him and Helene do make a good couple, but I was going for Brooke all the way.
Yeah. And I'll kind of put this question to all of you guys. Would you guys do this? Would you put yourselves in a position, would you put